Okay, let's get right into it. First thing is the ABS sensor grommets. Those are easy, pop them right out. And now you're about to watch me struggle with the stabilizer bar end link. On the passenger side, this popped right off. One little hit to the hammer on the wrench, popped it off, no problem. Here, you see that hitting it with the hammer is not working. So I'm going to get a little creative and get the floor jack and a pipe, and I'm going to jack it up, and that way it has a nice concentrated force that's going to break it free. You see the ratchet in there, it's got an Allen head attachment on it. That's kind of just more of a security issue, just to make sure it doesn't actually spin in place. It never actually got used during that whole process, but I use it there just in case. So now we can finally remove that end link, which means now it's time to remove these primary nuts off of our strut assembly. Okay. Two big bolts using a large breaker bar makes it easy. No need for pneumatic tools. If you got them, use them. Cool. Taking off the brake line clip. Again, I just use a flathead screwdriver and a hammer. Pops it out real easy. Now, once you drop the assembly out like this, you can come up to the top of the engine bay and remove the 3 bolts that are holding that strut assembly in place. That is going to make the whole thing be able to pop right out, easy cheesy, and take the whole new strut assembly and put it back in place. And then I'm going to put 1 bolt in there just to hold it in place. And about this point is when I realize that the CV axle has popped out of itself. I don't really know how to explain that. But on the driver's side axle of this car, it's kind of a pain. It does like to pop out, and basically you just have to brute force jam it back in there. So I'm using the jack to lift it up and try and push it in, just wiggling it, just hitting it. Look at that, I got it, hooray. So now putting the other bolts in there just to get the alignment right. Then I go, oh yeah, I need to bolt it from the top to get that. So you want to set the orientation of the 3 bolt holes up top. Just visually at first, and then I use the jack to kind of lift it up to get it as close as possible so that I can finger tighten in the bolts from the top. This is pretty easy, to be honest, as long as you have a jack underneath it lifting it up rather than trying to fight it. But this, again, you want to make sure to get all 3 of them in before you tighten them. So I just screw them in finger tight and use the jack to lift it up as close as possible. So now I can put that end link back in, no problem. I finger tighten it, and then I tighten it, as you can see there. And then I realized here, oops, that's technically backwards. The bolt's supposed to come in from the front. Does it matter? Absolutely not, but that's the way it was, so I felt the need to fix it. And that's what's great about this video, is it's documenting all of the struggles and failures of this project, not just some quick little YouTube of look how easy this is. Although, truth be told, this is not a difficult process. It just, you can run into some issues. So now I'm tightening it down. Cool, cool, tighten. And now that that's tight, I can put the brake line clip back in. Full disclosure, this is another thing that I'm just really bad at. I don't understand why I have so much problem putting in these little brake clips. However, to be clear, I have learned through the years not to lose my cool, just be patient, and it's just about that perfect angle and that perfect seating, and sometimes I get it in 5 seconds, and sometimes it takes a really long time, like you're watching here. But again, the rule is do not slam the hell out of it with your hammer. But you're about to see I stand up and pop it, and whoop, that was the magical angle, and it got in real quick and easy. Now to resecure the ABS lines, these new shock struts assembly whatevers use zip ties. So there I am zip tying it and trimming the zip tie. And then from the top, you're going to tighten up your strut cap mount bolt things, and then we're pretty much done here. This is 13 with Superior Mobile by 13. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that's semi-helpful to you.